And if you have to move your vehicle, you know that a good parking spot can be really hard to come by.
And we're not just talking about a spot at the grocery store, at the mall. Our streets are getting crowded too.
The lack of space is turning people against one another, exchanging nasty words, even throwing beverages. Denver 7's Liz Gilardi takes a 360 look.
So I get in the car. I see that there's a note on my windshield.
Madeline Schmidt didn't ask for a nasty note.
There was coffee all over the hood.
Or the coffee dumped all over her windshield. She just parked her car in front of a neighbor's house.
So I looked at the note, and it basically said, I've lived here for 25 years. I live in the house that you're parked in front of. Please don't park here, because I pay really high taxes to the city.
We're taking a 360 look at parking because Denver, have we really stooped so low in the fight to find a spot?
Denver is growing as a city, and we know that parking is becoming a premium.
Let's start with a reality check from the city. The Department of Public Works points out this fact about the parking dispute playing out in West Wash Park.
That's public right-of-way, that's on-street parking, so unless signs indicate otherwise, anyone can park there.
Consider this as you're driving around trying to find a parking spot. Some people actually think there's too much parking in Denver.
It's not that Denver doesn't have parking, it's that Denver doesn't have the parking that people want at that moment as they're driving around the block.
John Rickey is a contributor for the Denver Urbanism blog. He likes to write about building a better city, and he doesn't believe it includes parking. Actually, he thinks we need less.
Empty parking lots don't generate taxes. Buildings with people in them do. Buildings with businesses and housing generate taxes.
But there's no question it can be more difficult to park in certain neighborhoods. Take a drive to Capitol Hill, and if you're trying to find a parking spot, good luck.
We do have a little loading zone.
It's hard to find a spot near Sexy Pizza, and Bill Bunting hears that from customers.
It's not too bad during the afternoons, but I've lived in Capitol Hill for a while, and after 6 o'clock, if you don't have your own parking spot, you're pretty much lucky to get within a couple blocks of your house.
So when it comes to parking, maybe we can benefit from Madeline's perspective.
It's not that big of a deal, and there are worse problems in the world to deal with than having to park half a block away from your house rather than right in front of it.
Hey, that's probably a good way to look at it, but you know, we've probably all been frustrated and been there at some point trying to find a spot. As the city points out, you don't own the spot in front of your house, but they have received complaints about people trying to block off spots, even paint the curb to discourage people from parking there, and obviously you can't do that. Reporting live, Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.